True crime fascinates us. We devour books, documentaries, and podcasts about serial killers. Why are we drawn to these stories of horror? Maybe it's the thrill of the unknown, the peek behind the curtain of normalcy. We are obsessed with understanding what makes these individuals tick. The minds of serial killers are complex and disturbing. These individuals often operate with a chilling lack of empathy and remorse. Their stories both horrify and intrigue us. Join us as we venture into the abyss, seeking to understand the minds that terrify us the most. Serial killers are not born overnight. They are shaped by a complex interplay of genetic predispositions, environmental factors, and personal experiences. While each killer is unique, certain psychological commonalities emerge. Many suffer from personality disorders, particularly antisocial personality disorder, characterized by a disregard for social norms and the rights of others. Psychopathy is another common trait. Psychopaths lack empathy and remorse, making it easier for them to inflict pain and suffering. They are often charming and manipulative, able to blend in with society and deceive those around them. Ted Bundy, a notorious serial killer, was known for his charisma and seemingly normal demeanor, which allowed him to gain the trust of his victims. Understanding the psychology of serial killers is crucial for prevention and intervention. By identifying early warning signs and risk factors, we can potentially prevent future tragedies. However, it is important to note that not everyone with these traits will become a killer, and profiling based solely on these factors can be misleading and dangerous. The Macdonald Triad proposes a link between 3 childhood behaviors: bedwetting, fire starting, and animal cruelty, and the potential for violent criminal behavior later in life. While this theory is not universally accepted, it highlights the importance of early intervention when concerning behaviors arise. Bedwetting, especially past a certain age, can be a sign of emotional distress or underlying psychological issues. Fire setting, beyond simple curiosity, may indicate a fascination with destruction and a lack of impulse control. Animal cruelty often reveals a disturbing lack of empathy and a desensitization to suffering. It is important to note that not all children who exhibit these behaviors will become criminals. However, these behaviors can be red flags that warrant further investigation and potential intervention. Early detection and treatment of underlying psychological issues can make a significant difference. The age-old debate of nature versus nurture rages on in the study of serial killers. Do genetic predispositions doom individuals to a life of violence, or do environmental factors and childhood experiences play a more significant role? The answer, as with most aspects of human behavior, is complex and nuanced. Some studies suggest a genetic component to violence and aggression. Abnormalities in brain structure and function, particularly in areas associated with impulse control and empathy, have been observed in some serial killers. However, genes are not destiny. Environmental factors such as childhood trauma, abuse, and neglect can have a profound impact on psychological development. These experiences can create a breeding ground for rage, resentment, and a distorted worldview, potentially contributing to the development of violent tendencies. Ultimately, it is likely a combination of nature and nurture that shapes a serial killer. Genes may provide a predisposition, but environmental factors can act as triggers, pushing an individual down a dark and dangerous path. Section 5. The role of fantasy, living in a world of their own. Fantasy plays a crucial role in the lives of many serial killers. Often, their crimes are not merely acts of violence, but meticulously planned rituals rooted in dark and twisted fantasies. These fantasies can provide an escape from reality, a world where they are in control and can act on their darkest desires. For some killers, the act of killing itself becomes intertwined with sexual gratification. The power dynamic, the control over life and death, and the infliction of pain and suffering fuel their twisted desires. Ted Bundy, for example, often revisited his crime scenes, engaging in necrophilia with the bodies of his victims. These fantasies can escalate over time, becoming increasingly violent and depraved. As the killer indulges in their fantasies, the line between reality and their inner world blurs, potentially leading to an escalation in the severity and frequency of their crimes. Section 6. The need for control. pulling the strings of life and death. A common thread in many serial killer cases is a deep-seated need for control. They often feel powerless and insignificant in their everyday lives. Killing gives them a sense of power and dominance. Victims become pawns in their twisted games. The planning, stalking, and killing contribute to their sense of mastery. This need for control is seen in the meticulous planning of their crimes. For some, killing is also about silencing those who have wronged them. They may target individuals who remind them of past trauma. Section 7. The Mask of Sanity, hiding in plain sight. One of the most chilling aspects of serial killers is their ability to blend in with society. They are often our neighbors, co-workers, and even friends, hiding their true nature behind a mask of normalcy. This ability to compartmentalize, to separate their dark fantasies from their everyday lives, is a testament to their cunning and manipulative nature. John Wayne Gacy, the killer clown, was a well-liked member of his community, active in local politics and often volunteering at children's parties. Behind his friendly facade lurked a depraved killer who tortured and murdered at least 33 young boys and men. This ability to appear normal is often what allows serial killers to operate undetected for long periods. They are masters of deception, able to gain the trust of their victims and evade suspicion from those around them. Their seemingly ordinary lives serve as the perfect cover for their horrific crimes. Section 8. Signatures and trophies, leaving their mark. Serial killers often leave behind signatures at their crime scenes, specific behaviors or elements that link their crimes and set them apart from other killers. These signatures can range from the type of victim they choose to the method of killing to the positioning of the body. Trophies, on the other hand, are objects taken from the crime scene or the victim as a memento of the kill. These objects hold a perverse significance for the killer, serving as tangible reminders of their crimes and the power they exerted over their victims. These signatures and trophies provide investigators with valuable insights into the killer's psyche. They can reveal underlying motivations, fantasies, and even potential connections to past traumas. By analyzing these patterns, law enforcement can build a psychological profile of the killer, aiding in their capture and prosecution. And Section 9. Famous Cases, Chilling Reminders, a look at infamous killers. The annals of crime history are filled with chilling tales of serial killers, each leaving their own unique mark on the public consciousness. Ted Bundy's charm and deceptiveness, Jeffrey Dahmer's gruesome acts of cannibalism, and John Wayne Gacy's killer clown persona serve as chilling reminders of the human capacity for evil. These infamous cases, while horrifying, provide valuable insights into the minds of serial killers. By studying their backgrounds, their methods, and their motivations, we can learn to better identify and potentially prevent future tragedies. However, it is important to remember that each killer is unique, and these high-profile cases should not be used to stereotype or generalize about all individuals who exhibit similar traits. The study of serial killers is a sobering reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of even the most seemingly normal individuals. It forces us to confront our own vulnerabilities, our fears, and the fragility of life itself. Section 10. Conclusion: Understanding the darkness within. The world of serial killers is a disturbing and complex one. While we may never fully comprehend what drives these individuals to commit such horrific acts, it is through understanding that we can hope to prevent future tragedies. By studying their psychology, their motivations, and the factors that contribute to their development, we can work to identify early warning signs and provide interventions that may steer individuals away from a path of violence. The study of serial killers is not for the faint of heart. It requires a strong stomach, a keen mind, and a willingness to confront the darkest aspects of human nature. But it is through this exploration of the abyss that we can shed light on the shadows, working to create a safer world for all. The human mind is a vast and mysterious landscape, and within its depths lie both our greatest potential and our most terrifying capabilities. By seeking to understand the darkness within, we ultimately strive to illuminate the best of humanity.